Gilligan's Island told the story of a skipper, a first mate, and 5 passengers of the SS Minnow who become shipwrecked on an remote island in the Pacific. On the island, the castaways survived mostly on recipes made from coconuts. However, in one episode, an infestation of tropical beetles caused most of the coconut palms on the island to die, and the castaways slowly started to starve. That is until a ship of traveling hippies crashed on the island. At first, the group welcomed these unexpected guests. However, out of desperation, they quickly descended into a cannibalistic feeding frenzy on the hippies. The next morning, the characters woke up satiated, but with shame and guilt visible on their faces. At the end of the episode, Gilligan found a healthy grove of coconut palms on the far end of the island, and life for the lovable castaways returned to normal. The Munsters featured a family of likable classic monsters and was a satire of early 60s suburban American life. To compete with the similarly themed but more macabre Addams Family, writers began experimenting with darker themes. In one episode, a nosy neighbor of the Munsters discovered that Grandpa Munster was a vampire, and he became obsessed with ridding the world of the undead monster. After the neighbor poisoned Grandpa by spiking his wine with holy water, Herman Munster procured a medieval necromancer manual to conjure his father-in-law's demon spirit back into the realm of the living. Once Grandpa was again undead, he promptly pursued the neighbor, transformed himself into a hellhound, and drained him of his mortal blood. After this foray into the horror genre, the Munsters' writing staff returned to more lighter fare. The Monkees debuted in 1966 and followed 4 rock and rollers and their misadventures trying to find success in the music industry. The show was inspired by the Beatles' movie A Hard Day's Night. In the series, the 4 characters, along with their music, at first mimicked a mid-60s British invasion-style band set in the US. However, by 1967, British pop bands began dabbling in satanic imagery and concepts, like the Rolling Stones' album Their Satanic Majesty's Request, Pink Floyd's song Lucifer Sam, and even the Beatles via their seminal Sgt. Pepper's album, which had an image of occultist Aleister Crowley on its cover. To stay relevant, the Monkees writers experimented with incorporating satanic concepts into the show. One example was the episode titled Lucifer Rising. Taking inspiration from satanic folklore, in the episode, the 4 bandmates initiated a blood sacrifice ritual that drew on cult happenings in the LA area at the time. They even hired real-life Church of Satan leader Anton LaVey to appear in the pivotal scene. The show received scores of angry letters from fans who pointed out the LaVey's Church of Satan as atheistic, while the ritual in the episode was more Luciferian, which purports a belief in a literal Satan figure.